And many people have not connected emotional prosperity with or mental prosperity or physical prosperity or spiritual prosperity with wealth. They think it's only financial prosperity that you should put prosperity after. But the thing is, if you have emotional prosperity, then you have your emotions are balanced and you are able to do things for yourself and your family and protect yourself. As you know, I keep saying our emotions are the things that causes us to react to or respond to what we see, what we hear, what we taste, what we smell, and what we touch. And that's for that reason, that's why our emotions should be the one that is balanced the most. It is a trigger, and we know that. The world we live in, we weren't trusted to believe that our emotions play an important part in our life. Many, many years ago, in my 80 years of growing up, you just had to do your best, expect this because you are that, understand that you are that person that has to give. And if you give, you'll go to heaven. And all of these niceties, it shouldn't be like that. But they never taught us to react, to go with our emotions. My mother made us do it, but that was not something that was taught in school. And as I grew up, I found out that there were many people who did not get that type of help to realize your emotions matter, how you feel matter, who you are matters, and you are special, and you're supposed to be here for this reason, to take care of yourself. So the emotional prosperity actually is the pillar that holds the others up. It's not more important, but it plays a very important part. The thing is, we always make sure that financial prosperity is the one that we all talk about. All people come to you to say, hey, financially. But it's the reverse. Finance doesn't start the problem. It doesn't start, it's not the cause. What is the cause is when any one of the other pillars. Finance is just the one that takes the brunt of everything. You made a bad decision emotionally, and that's why we're talking about emotion. And every day I will always bring you why this pillar can also react and cause you to not live the fulfilled life that you're living. And of course, the symptom shows up in so many ways. So I didn't say good morning. So let's take a breath together. And let us remember, may your heart be a sanctuary of peace. And may you find the courage to feel deeply today. It's challenging to feel deeply. It's challenging to let your emotions go there. Somebody's looking at you. And to do that, though, you have to take care of you first. Take a deep breath before you start scrolling and getting involved in somebody's emotional journey. In the news, do you feel the weight in you of the world right now? Threats, all sorts of things are happening. And then compounded, Mother Nature is having a blast. So when you put that all together with somebody that is, the emotion is already on the edge, all you need is to sneeze in their presence and they can turn on you. So each of us, are responsible to make sure our emotions are really working the best. So emotional debt, you didn't know that. When you do not have it balanced, you do not have it. You cannot respond, or you respond in an angry way that causes others to get hurt, and you can get hurt. We see it every day. As a financial planner, all those years and all my wisdom and experience in the 80 years I've been on this planet, I've learned that you can manage your money. You can't manage your money if you can't manage your emotions. So that's why the hook comes through. That's why you can't manage your money if you can't manage your emotions. We know that. Think of the times you bought something because I need it, I have to have it. You took a drink, one too many. You did a whole bag of chips instead of a bowl of chips. Remember that. It all costs money. Here is why your emotional prosperity is your first line of defense. Your emotional prosperity is your first line of defense. You need to harness this thing. And you know, there are lots of ways to do it. I want to help you turn your heart into a sanctuary of peace. Are you ready? Because that's where it starts. Those heartstrings, we tug on them. People tug on them that are outside of us, and we let them take us down the rabbit hole of no return. What I'm telling you now is because I too experienced it. But when I realized that other people's opinions and assumptions and the words they use to describe me and talk about me was not going to hurt me, I got shoulders up, right? And I decided, no, I'll do like this. Well, actually, you guys can call it elbows up right now because that's what's trending. When you realize the opinions of others, the assumptions about who you are, what you're doing, where you're coming from, and then the words that they use to describe you. Sometimes people describe you in words that they have never, ever, they don't know. They have never met you, but they have these horrible words that they use. The thing about it is that it belongs to them. Somebody else will talk about them the same way, and they'll wonder why. Why do they think I'm not a nice person? But look at what emotionally you're sending out to another human being that you do not even know. So we look at how resilience is built. Last week we did that in the storm. Emotional prosperity isn't the absence of sadness. It is the ability to regulate and understand it. Many of us carry emotional debt, old hurts that keep us from investing in new joy. All hurts that really tear at us. How did you handle your triggers last week? How did you do that? The triggers that came to you last week. Did you honor your boundaries like Mother Nature does during a storm? When Mother Nature is doing her thing, she has boundaries. She goes this far, or she goes this way or that way and pulls back, like the storm is living right now. You see, to move into prosperity, we must clear the ledger. You have to clear the ledger. A ledger is where everything is. Clear it. Look at it. Unforgiveness is a high interest loan on your happiness. When you do not forgive others, that they're renting. People say nowadays they say they're living in your head. My mother used to say, you're paying a price for somebody who doesn't care or doesn't know you, someone you've never met, because you're just so angry. So that high interest loan is making sure that that person lives in your head, and it's causing you financial disaster because you're going to make emotional decisions financially that you shouldn't make. Today we bless the process of letting go. We need to learn to let go of those situations. When you forgive, you aren't saying what happened was okay. Remember that. You are saying, I value my peace more than this pain I'm dragging around year after year. This is the foundation of emotional prosperity, is to stop dragging those pain. Leave them alone. It's not easy to do. It is not an easy thing for anybody to do, to stop and say, I'm going to let it go. When I ask you to do something like that, it is because I have been there before. Somebody hurts you. You carry that pain with you. You feel it. It is hard on you. Every time you think about them, you tense up your body. Every time you hear their name, you get angry. And you are the only one being angry. Sometimes they are not even aware of you. whether they know you or not, or just this moment, they're not thinking of you. So when we do that to others, we are actually hurting ourselves more. You see, the 5 pillars are there to enable us to live a fulfilled life. My version of a fulfilled life is going to differ from your version of a fulfilled life. So therefore, there are going to be others who want you to follow their script, their story, their journey of their fulfilled life. But you can't do that. And it's not that they want to hurt you. They do mean well. You should do this. I did it. And because we keep hearing that, we jump into the lane of comparison. Oh, I went to school with them, one young man said to me. I went to high school with him, and today he's a doctor earning $500,000 a year. And then I said, so? And he said, yeah, but we went to the same school. I'm saying, so then I said, yeah, but did you put the same level of attention and the same amount of work towards science, for example, health sciences? That's your precursor to a degree in medicine. I didn't like science. So why are you comparing yourself to him? His journey is actually very different from yours. He made choices in high school you did not make. And therefore, that's why he's there. So instead of concentrating on his journey and where he is at the moment, it's time you stop, look at your journey, see where you are, where you plan to go, how are you heading there, what is the journey going to be like for you to get to this destination. I said to him, you are giving him the right to control you. I can help you. I, Tessa-Marie, can help you. I am your human GPS. I will tell you what to do to get there, but I need to know your destination, not the destination of your friend that he has already arrived at. For all you know, he's made a left turn into a deeper part of science you have no idea about. So when I coach you, I'm your human GPS. Tell me where you want to go. It's not going to be an easy journey. It certainly will not be an easy journey. And one of the things I will be ponging in your heads over and over again. You start where you are in the moment to make the decision to go where you desire to go yourself. Nobody can complete you. You can be married for 60, 70 years, but you have a different greed. I don't mean greed money, G-R-I-D. I mean your thing, your whole thing is different from the spouse you have. They are satisfied. They come to a point, some people, and they're satisfied. Some people loves to do and go and get involved and see things and do things. And then there are others who are very complacent. They'll come along, but they're not going to be the propeller. They're not going to project it. So that's why even in a union, you still need to stand knowing your conviction and what it is that pulls at your heartstring. Because that's where your emotional prosperity lies, in the things that stimulate your heartstring. What it is for you is not the same for me. But with the experience I have, I can tell you when you're going through it that I did it already, because most likely we have those experiences. And I can say, this is how I got out of it. That doesn't mean you have to get out of it that way. But you have to know it is survivable. Whatever you're having emotional target with that causes you to walk into a store, pull out a credit card that is very close to a limit and buy something that you do not really must have or need, then you need to stop. So I've told you all the things for the past 15 minutes of what it is you're doing that causes your emotions to go crazy. So let me tell you what it is that you can do, each and every one of us. There'll be several things that you're able to do. A lot of it begins with talking to yourself. When I said talking to yourself, you're going to say, when you talk to yourself, your friends hear you and they say to you, are you getting an answer? Are you answering yourself? And they say those things. But that is a good way to get into the moment of where your emotion lies. That is the good way to do that. So one of the ways that you can manage your emotions before you make a decision that will take you down some rabbit hole that is not proper for you is this. What I am going to do now, question, you have to talk to yourself, is what I am going to do in this moment going to take me closer or further away from my dream, goals, or desire? And then pause. You see, that 5-letter word called pause, it's a very useful word to use during the entire day. Every time. So when you're going to do something and you're going to use the point and click and tap and swipe and all of that, right? Stop for a moment. Even when you're going into the store, pause for a moment and know, can I do this? Will it enable me to pay off that debt? Or is that going to be an emotional thing? Am I just building this credit card over and over again? Am I the cash cow of the credit card company? You know what a cash cow is, right? The farmer can milk it every day and sell it. He knows that cow is going to give him 5 liters of milk. The credit card company knows that too. They do. When you get to your limit, they will tell you, here you are, you can get an increase. When they want you to say, we give you free interest for 6 months, transfer your amount there. They know you. But do you know you? Do you know what it is you want, what you desire? And that should be stronger than your emotions. But to balance that emotion, you need to talk to yourself. And I use the word pause, P-A-U-S-E. Sit and pause. So you're all dressed, ready to go to the supermarket, to the store, to the this, to the that. Is it the right time to sit? Write something down. What am I going to get there? How can I stay within my lane and I do not straddle because it's on sale? If your emotion is not balanced, you will. But before you set up, if you're ready when you wake up in the morning, here is number 1. Get your emotions in place. Breathe. Take a few deep breaths and hold them for 4 or 6 and release them like you're blowing through a straw slowly. And bring yourself down. Just bring it. Or take the air that is around you and bring your hands like this slowly up to the top. And when you get there, flip it over and take it down a peg or 2. And you see the word meditation is a form of prayer. So you can pray with words or you can pray in silence. When you pray in silence, they call it meditation. It's just you and your thoughts. And that is how we calm ourselves and we allow our emotions to be okay. So if somebody says something nasty to you today, because you have balanced yourself emotionally before you step out, you're able to just let it fall around you, but do not touch you. Your emotion is your trigger to how you behave because it is triggered itself what you hear, what you see, what you taste, what you smell, what you touch. But it has devastating repercussions as it goes through, because it touches the other pillars and they weaken, and then everything stops, and then emotion gets worse even more. So balance your emotion every morning. Balance your emotion when you first wake up by placing your feet on the floor while still sitting on the bed or a chair. Breathe and allow yourself space to think before you carry somebody you do not know with you, which gets you angry as you stare. And when you are full with anger and hate, it corrodes the vessel in which it is held. It will rust you from inside out. But that is a situation outside of you. So time is necessary, but not always. A 5-minute meditation is better than no minute meditation. A 5-minute prayer of gratitude, I woke up today, helps to calm your emotion. If you notice, when you are doing your gratitude, you are not thinking of anything or anyone except what you're being grateful for. That's a good way to start. I am so happy and grateful I had a good night's sleep. I am so happy and grateful I got up only once to go to the bathroom. I know I'm saying that and you're doing really, yes, but that's where we're losing ourselves. This is natural. And we don't want to talk about it. But we want to talk about what is not natural. You see, so are you grateful for that? Did you sleep for 5 hours soundly without waking up? Where gratitude goes, more of it happens. Be grateful. You pause. I'm so grateful I can sit in this chair. And take that 5 minutes. And when and if you decide you are going to meditate, the real meditation, there comes a time when you have to sit and no sound, just you and your heartbeat, emotions. And yes, when you do meditate, you are going to stray. We have never been able to control our mind. This is why you've heard me say, my father once said to me, when you're listening, listen with your brain. Listen with your brain, not your ear. Because if you're only listening with your ears, your brain is allowed to wander. So you have to pull yourself back to the moment and stay focused on the brain. Make the brain come front and center and absorb it through the brain. So it's not challenging because, of course, the mind will wander. 5 minutes and your mind will wander 20 times or more. But that doesn't mean you shouldn't do it. That means of the 20 times it wandered, there were 5 times it stayed on your breath. There was 5 times it stayed on a pain. People think meditation and the gurus that meditate never wander. They do wander. They live in the same world we live in. And they'll tell you that. But they know to pull back to center. So this is what you do in meditation. If you have something, this is a shungite stone, and you can hold it, or a talisman of any kind. It could be beads, whatever. Something that you feel comfortable holding. Hold it in your hand. You can hold it. Sit your hand in your lap, feet on the floor, not crossed, flat on the floor, and set a timer for 5 minutes. And if songs and stuff distract you, use a sleeping mask or close your eyes for sure. If you can't keep it closed, put a mask on, a sleeping mask on. And just take 3 deep breaths. And if you have a pain, a discomfort, a sensation in your body, put your thoughts on that. Go there. Just rest your thought on what is hurting. You don't have to get angry at it. Just soften your thoughts on it. And then you keep doing that. You can scan the whole body doing that. Then you can come back and you can see, if you put your right hand on your heart, if you can feel the heartbeat. That will take time. So when you're comfortable with a 5-minute meditation, you can go into a 10-minute meditation. I do 35 minutes, but that doesn't mean my mind doesn't wander. The thing that will happen with you, you will notice something different in you. Meditations bring you to a point of satisfaction that is so unique to you. And almost like things in your life just fall in place. They just slide into place. That doesn't mean there are no challenges. But for some reason, things just seem to in place. That is how you fix the emotion. And then by the time you are out of it, you will find that you're calmer. You're more rested. Yes. The first times and first week and the first month, you'll be fidgeting and fidgeting. Do not give up. Anything worth having, worth accomplishing, is worth fighting for. Stick to the meditation to help you balance your emotional pillar of prosperity. I want to turn your heart into a sanctuary of peace. We carry too much stress in our body because of outside stuff. And we pay no attention to the inside stuff. So your shoulder hurts. Sometimes you can take the energy of the sun. You can't bottle it. You cannot put it in a pot. You can't do anything with it. But you know the sun is up there shining even today. Right? So you pull that energy of the sun. It's healing. And you drag it into the spot where it hurts. And once it comes through, it's hurting over here, you let the sun do its thing. You make it work. See what I mean? Can you think of how angry you are at your brother? If right now you have this energy and you say, okay, just let it spread. Let it open the muscles that are tight, the joints that are aching. You can do that for those 5 minutes. You will feel better. And you will notice, when I was massaging my body where it hurts with the energy of the sun in my imagination, I brought it out. I felt better. You're supposed to feel better. You're not supposed to feel worse. Your emotions need you. Our emotions need us. And I'm telling you, when you are facing the worst in life, that's when you need to close in, go in, and work from inside out. When you meditate or you pray in silence and stillness and you sit there and you pause, you are working from inside out. So when you step into the world, you will find out that the world is going to treat you differently because you have chosen to treat yourself differently. Remember that. So today, thank you for joining me. I am hoping and trusting that you got something out of the morning blessings today. It is a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful day. I know but there is something beautiful about this day. So thank you all of you on TikTok and Instagram for dropping by. Have a wonderful and amazing day on TikTok. Take care. Hello. Here it goes again. Here it goes again. So how are you guys? I didn't expect some of you here to. Hello, Gabby. Thanks for staying. Lisa and Colin. Thanks for dropping by, guys, and hanging on. Did you get anything out of it? How is this?